little different. I'm going to be doing Final Fantasy XIV. We're starting from the beginning, starting off completely fresh, with my friend Noob, and my partner DJ should be joining us at some point, just not sure when.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
this will be our pilot episode.
In other words, if you don't like it, keep watching.
Pretty much. Alright.
Talk to the guy who looks like somebody had a seizure over the keyboard.
I still need to get rid of these stupid tutorial bullshits. Sorry, those tutorials bug the shit out of me because they will pop up constantly. If you're
Oh,
brand
I
new to
got
the
a
game,
two.
they're going to be super helpful. Otherwise, they just get in your bloody way.
Well, honestly, if you're brand new, just give them a quick read. It's not that hard. Everything actually, once you get used to all the controls and stuff, it flows really, really well in this game.
Oh yeah, it's super easy to get used to. Another novice adventurer. No, I didn't press circle. I pressed X. I am Sundimal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Good. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. God, I can't speak. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of Aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune herself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Nah, I think I'm good, brah. You attune with the Aetherite, you are now able to use the return spell. Yay! Alright. I need to fix my spell bars real quick, though. No, that's not wrong. There we go. Okay.
Did you just switch up to the thing?
No, I haven't done that yet. I moved my teleportation spells to where I normally have them, where I'm used to them.
Alright.
I will do that now, though. So, something that Noob here actually got me hooked on is a way to be able to use multiple bars a lot easier. It helps keep them set up in the way you want it, and you can customize it to set it up exactly how you'd like. Um, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So setting up these,
So,
once I get it set up, I'll show you what they actually look like when you use them.
I'm not 100% sure if it's different between computer and PlayStation. We're obviously playing on PlayStation, but I know that computer people will have three bars separate, and I'm assuming that it's the same options that we're going to be showing you right here.
Yeah, because on the computer it is different. What it is on the computer you can set it up like with World of Warcraft. I used to play this on the computer as well. You can actually set up your bars so that they're on the sides of your screens and have multiple bars on the bottom so that you click between your different things and you can set up specific keys for each button. Yeah, that was for bar 8. No, that was for bar 7. 6. 6 is the bar that one was for. Okay. Now that that's applied, I can show you. So, right now you can see my primary bar. This is bar 1. This is bar 2. The way I have it set up, if I hold down the left trigger and the right trigger at the same time, it brings up the left side of bar 2. If I do right and left, it brings up the right side of bar 2. So it makes it easier for rapidly choosing abilities, because once you start getting a bunch of your abilities later on, there's too many to put on just one bar, and you have to constantly use them between bars. So it's easier than having to always hold R1 and click the different buttons to go to your different bars. Really? You're sitting there emoting with me as I'm speaking.
Maybe. Hey, I am agreeing wholeheartedly if you would read.
I
Alright.
did read it, and I'm agreeing wholeheartedly that you're a dork.
Yeah, I know. We've already addressed this. So we gotta go and talk to whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Swazblate? Maybe? I don't fucking
He's
know.
right in.
He's this way.
He's literally right in where pretty much everybody is, though. So.
Oh, yeah, because it's to get us used to the marketplace and shite.
Yep.
I.
Alright. And then after this, you gotta go to the Marauders, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you come with me to the Arcanist, and then I'll run with you to the Marauders so that they know where everything is.
I can do that, because I believe they were pretty close to each other, too.
No.
Oh, no, they're opposite ends of the map, aren't they? And on separate floors.
Yo.
And I apologize, guys. A lot of these tutorial cutscene things, I'm just gonna like fly through. If you want to see what they're actually saying, just pause the video and you can read it there. Alright, where'd you go? There you are. It was taking time to load everybody in. And we might as well attune to this Aethernet shard while we're here.
Yeah.
So you'll find Aethernet shards all over all the main cities you go to, the 3 main cities. You want to attune to them because then from the giant one that we first attuned to, you can access what's called the Aethernet, as it's telling us now. You can use that to travel between the different areas in the city without having to run all the way there and deal with all that.
So, if you guys are Arcanists, you're gonna just keep running through all this trading and stuff and everything, and then you're obviously just gonna follow my path. But right as you get into this building, you're gonna pull a right, and it's gonna be right there.
Yay! And you'll know it by the... Oh no, they don't have them here? Oh. I thought there was a little carbuncle
The
sitting
big
around here before.
Arcanist symbol right on that banner hanging might be maybe what you're talking about.
That's not obvious though. There's only like 3 of them in my field of view right
I
now.
know.
Because I already zoomed myself all the way out. Speaking of which, to do that, so when you first start, you're going to be zoomed in like this. You can't fucking see shit when you're zoomed in like this, especially when you get into later game. So what I always do is as soon as I load in, and every time you log into the game it does this, it starts you like this. So if you just hold the L1, the left bumper, and draw all the way out with your right thumbstick, it'll zoom it out for you. You can also click the right thumbstick and it'll go into first person view for those of you that like to take like aesthetic pictures and stuff like that while you're in the game. I probably shouldn't be having other YouTube streamers going on my phone in the background while I'm streaming.
Yeah, probably not.
I
Probably
forgot
not
it was
the best
going.
stuff to do. All right, I'm good. I will
Okay.
follow you. You remember where it is? You want me to show you?
I know it's in the upper levels, and if I take the upper level
There's an
from...
aetherite right here. Did you get
Oh,
that?
no, I didn't. Thank you. Uh, I think if I take the upper level from the main spot, which we can use this to teleport to, it takes me pretty close to it. You want to just teleport through the Aethernet to the main
You can.
crystal?
You can. I'll be right there.
Okay.
I'm looking on the map to see. You might want to tell them how to pull that up too.
Oh, the map, yeah. If you're playing on PS4, you can bring up the map super easily. You just click the touchpad. That's not how you do it. You press the square button, and it'll bring up your map. Shut up, noob.
See, here I am trying to like help
God
you
damn
out, let
it.
you do your stuff, and now it's like, oh, I'm totally gonna be a dummy right here.
What is the other game I've been playing? There's another game I've been playing where you click the touchpad to bring up your map.
Most Assassin's Creed games, most everything. Destiny does that too.
Destiny. That's the one.
Are you coming or not? You just kind of chilling there.
That's because I was still talking and I hadn't seen you yet, so I didn't know if you were here. It was, yeah. This way up here takes me right close
This
to it,
way.
doesn't it?
This. It
If you
might.
just walk up this little
I
ramp.
always, I always go up next to where that guy is.
Oh, the lift?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this takes
I
you, like,
run up the
right
stairs
next to the
there and
guild.
then go.
Pretty close. Wait, there's an
Yeah.
aetherite right here.
Yes, there is at the Culinarian Guild.
Yep.
So I gotta say, guys, the thing that I love the absolute most about Final Fantasy XIV is we just made these characters. These are brand new characters. Don't have anything going on right now. As soon as we hit level 15, 12, something like that,
Something
we
like
can
that.
have every single type of character in the game. You
On
don't have to make
one
a new
tune.
one. You don't have to make a new character. You don't have to. You can have every job.
And the best part
So
about that is
literally,
you don't have to go through the story quest 50 different times because of all your different characters.
right, it's just one, and I will actually tell you right now what level you need to be to switch.
It might be level 10.
It is level 10,
Yeah.
but you can. So it's level 10 to be able to switch, and then you aren't really able to get out of the city that you start in until about level 15.
Because
So,
you'll have to go to the other main cities to get some of the classes. Each
right.
class, whoever you choose, starts in a specific city.
Yep. And there are three starting main cities. That is Gridania, Ul'dah, and Limsa. We are
Limsa's the
currently in
best.
we are currently in Limsa right now. Uh, Limsa has three classes. You are only able to pick up the third class after you hit level 10, which is the Rogue backslash Ninja. We'll get into the job differences later. But so you have your Arcanist, which is what I am, Newbie Nooblet, and then you have your Marauder, which is what Muusvaa Swift Axe is,
Yeah.
ironically enough, and then the Rogue, which is what I will be switching to as soon as I can, is down in the other end of this whole city.
Yeah, they're
But
down by the
yeah,
pier.
yeah. And then all these exclamation points with the orange are all quests that you can pick up. We are just kind of running through, hoping to crank out the main story quest, and then coming back through if we have to,
Wait, are
and
they
grabbing
orange
some
for
other
you?
stuff.
They're gold for me.
Yeah. Well, orange, gold. What's the
Oh,
difference?
did you grab the Marauders Guild Aethernet?
I did not, but I'll grab it later.
Okay.
We will be going back there again, I am sure.
Oh, yeah. Because every few levels, every 5 levels
Five
up until
right now.
level 50.
Yep.
Yeah, every 5 levels up to level 50, you have to go back to your class trainer and do a quest. And once you do that quest, it'll get you a new skill, usually, or occasionally some equipment to help you out for that level. After level 50, it's every 2 levels. And then at level 60, it becomes weirdly random numbered levels.
All right, so I need to be level 4 to select the next main scenario quest. So, what are you thinking you want to do?
Oh, well, we have the quest that you get from your class
Yeah, let's
trainer.
go out and show them some combat.
Yeah.
I love combat. I love me some fighting.
Oh, let's grab the aft castle real quick while we're here,
All right.
since it's right next to Maelstrom Command.
Which, and we're saying all these names. We will, at some point in the videos, because this is going to be a whole series, hopefully, we will get into everything. We'll get into all of the free companies. We'll get into the grand companies. We'll get into all of that later on. So
Yep.
right now, we're just kind of showing you guys what the start out looks like and going from there. All right.
Where do you have to go for your people to kill? Because mine
I just need Warp Rats, Raleigh, and Ladybugs.
just says outskirts of Limslimmon, so okay. So we might as well go south a bit.
I'm going to
Oh, you just took the straight teleport. Where'd you go?
the lower decks by the
okay.
big Aetheryte, and then I'll just run out the back.
Oh yeah, and at some point we got to pick up all of our mail.
Yeah, we'll do that off screen. They don't need to see how much I bought.
That's the weird part. I'm wondering why I have 12 pieces. I haven't bought that much stuff.
No, it's all of your royalties and
Oh,
stuff.
the pre-order bonuses and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Are
right.
are you out yet or no?
No. Which way did you go?
I went from the Aetheryte straight out. Heading out like you're going out through the main entrance.
Okay, to Middle Lenoskia?
Sure.
Yeah, it's got your dot pointing you in that direction. Okay, I'm just gonna sprint.
I don't know. This is the only way I know how to get out of this cave.
Well, if we had
there.
gone around and picked up all the Aetherites, then it'll actually give you a teleport to Lower Lenoskia and places like that.
Yeah. And that does it in all of the major cities.
Yep. Mapping the realm.
Which means we just haven't been out here yet. So
Yep.
whenever you go to a new place, even in dungeons or anything like that, that's what you get. Battle! Yeah, we're gonna show you.
Now we get to go kill shit.
Okay.
So you see this little wharf rat? I'm gonna kick its ass.
You gonna try.
So in battle, once you have a creature selected, which you can select by facing it and clicking X, you can click X again to start auto-attacking.
Oh, damn. You gonna get your ass beat.
Oh, he's actually not doing much damage.
Not doing much damage, bullshit.
Well, he wasn't. Yay!
Save me! Save me, Yellow Jacket! Save me!
Now
Yeah,
why?
Yellow Jacket, you run him away.
I don't get why he got aggroed though. It usually only does that if you're like a much higher level than the creature you attack, then it'll aggro all creatures around it.
I can't help you.
Yeah, you can't resurrect yet.
I'm so useless.
So the two characters that we chose, mine is a tank, so I'm gonna be pulling aggro and trying to keep all the enemies attacking me.
Hopefully taking all the damage that I'm supposed to be taking.
Right. His character is a DPS slash healer. Now I say slash because up until he hits level 30, he's only going to be a DPS. He can still heal me when we're out in random areas, but if we're trying to do like a dungeon or something, he'll only be able to queue as a DPS. When he hits 30, his class is the only class in the game that can choose two different what are called jobs, which is effectively what your class evolves into. he can choose between a summoner, which is pure DPS, or a scholar, which is a healer. And of course, his jobs will either be just dealing a shit ton of damage constantly, or healing the tank and the other people in the party so that they don't get killed. Oh, okay, good. I thought I pulled that big guy again. So the way that we're fighting right now, to choose between the right bar and the left bar, you see how they say R2, L2? You hold your right trigger to select skills on that bar, and then you use the buttons displayed. Or you hold left trigger to choose between the skills on that bar. And then as the little, you'll see how it kind of grays out and has that almost like a timer going. That's your cooldown. So until that timer goes away, you can't use the ability again.
You want to get in on this?
Fuck it, let's do this Fate. Fates, this big blue circle on my mini-map up there on the right, these are special events that occur. They can give you massive amounts of experience. Plus, the Lost Lambs are actually one of the things I have to kill anyway, so it just kind of works out. Oh, here comes the next group. I see them running down the hill over there.
So if you're doing this, make sure you're selecting the correct ones, because the ones with the pink next to their name are the
Those
ones
are
for
the
the
fate
fates.
ones.
The ones with the blue are just random ones chilling. So you kind of got to pay attention to that.
Nope, he's mine. Yeah. So unfortunately, Noob is a caster class, so it means he has to worry about cast times when he's using his abilities. So it'll take like a couple seconds before his ability actually
So,
launches.
you ready? Am I in your view?
Yeah,
So I'm going to hit cast,
and then it
and then
finally
I attack.
hits. Because if you see in the top left under his name when
Take
he
it.
starts
Take
oh,
it. Take it. Take it.
there we go. And that one's
You don't
mine
have
too. So when he starts casting, you see that bar going over by his name. That's showing you how long it takes for that to actually launch.
and what I'm casting. So you can know, okay, well, Ruin, that's my main damage dealer. Cool. So I'm going to deal damage. When I get Physic, that's going to be my heal. So
Yeah.
when I get that, we're going to actually have some fun and start really pulling some stuff and see what we can do.
So
See what kind of trouble we can get into.
let's kill a few more of these enemies real quick just to get us up to level 4. That way we'll be prepared for the next story quest.
Now, if everybody would look to the bottom of Muusvaa's screen, you'll see that there's a chain bonus, 14 seconds going on.
Oh, I got
That
50
means that
seconds.
you- Oh, well, okay. I have 14.
Ooh,
That
ladybug.
means that we have killed stuff that is at least our level, and we are killing it within X amount of time, and we get extra experience for the more chains that we get. And the percentage of experience extra gained will just keep going up the more that we do it in that chain.
Yep.
So,
I always forget about little things like that. My main character I'm running in this game, all of my combat classes are already maxed out, so I forget about some of the little nuances when it comes to experience because I can't gain experience anymore.
let's go over here to some level 4s. So, another quick little thing. See this blue skull next to these guys? That means that I can run all up in their shit and they don't do anything.
Yep.
Now, where are they?
I don't think there are any reds around here because it's still low level.
Right. So once you get into a higher level, you'll have a little red and orange or yellow triangle next to their name. And that, my friends, is when you got to pay attention onto where you are to them. Are you close to them?
Is their
Are they
level
gonna
high
aggro
enough?
on you?
Yeah. Because if
Yeah,
their
is your
level's too much
level,
higher than you, they have a much bigger aggro area against you.
and they could potentially one-shot you, as you saw when he pissed off that big fucking mossless
It
blue.
didn't one-shot me.
Oh. It's because you're a tank. It would one-shot me. It'd just
Most
look
likely.
at me and I'd be like, oh, I'm dead. Yep, 100%. I understand that. There was no KY involved in that. Yep.
That should be
But
enough, because turning in the quest should bump us up to 4 now. Turning in
I
our
got
class
4.
quests. Oh, well, fuck you. I was
And I got
dead for
physic.
a while, and you were still
So,
fighting things. Oh, you have physic? Well, here,
yeah.
heal me while I attack this mossless guy.
Yep, I got you. I don't know how much I heal for.
Oh,
How
I
much do I heal for?
missed.
32. Alright, I heal for 32 damage. Yeah, let's go.
I forgot there's such a thing. So when you're lower level, there is such a thing as missing your attacks. When you get higher, it pretty much never occurs. This will be a nice little experience boost here.
Should be.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, he's on you.
No.
I got him.
Yeah, because I had to heal you.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
So-
most of my attacks keep missing.
Another little tidbit that is a little fun fact. If you look in his upper left where it has our names, it has an A under his name and a 2 under mine. That is our aggro table.
Yeah.
So when I had beaten him, I ran him up in aggro and I beat him.
Yeah.
But
And I even have it set so it shows the bar showing how much aggro each person has on it. I'm not
I
going
think
the right
that it
way.
always does. I think that's default.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I haven't changed it and that's what I got.
Oh, okay, cool. Is this? Where am I? We need to go this way.
What do you need? Do you need the little octopus things?
No, I was heading to town. I've got all of my things.
Oh, okay. I need
Do you
the
have all
little
of yours?
octopus things.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. I need to come up here.
So yeah, depending on which class you choose, your beginning quest is going to have different creatures for you to kill. And sometimes you'll only be able to find the creatures in a
Ooh,
certain exit.
This was not a good round. Good way to go. Just
No, it
throwing
wasn't.
up there. Oh no, that's fine. They're all blue. I thought that they were red. I was like, oh, yeah, about that.
Oh, they're only 7s. We can kill them. I mean, hell, we just killed a 12. We're good.
That's true. But I don't think that we can take on multiple.
Meh. Minor.
I had almost all I could do to heal you through that fucking 12.
Well, that was also because all my attacks were missing, but now I have the second part of my chain. So I do want to attack some. When we get to the tentacle guys, I'll attack one. Oh, you got your first summon!
Yep.
He's got a
Boom.
little pet!
My carbuncle!
Yeah!
My carbuncle!
So
Yeah.
keep in mind with that carbuncle noob, try not to get too close to the enemies. Because he does that
You can
attack
deal
that
with it.
launches them away from me while I'm trying to keep them aggroed.
Yeah, you can deal with it.
Fuck you!
Um,
I don't even think you went the right way for the tentacle guys.
yeah, I did.
Are you sure?
100% positive. Because there's they are.
Yeah, I see it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So once we start this fight, I'm going to show you guys with melee characters, you get combo attacks. So you do your first swing, heavy swing, and then you see how Skull Thunder there is lit up? You hit that afterwards, and it does a lot more damage than if you were to hit it by itself. Because if you just hit it by itself, it was doing 16 damage, now it's doing 8. And of course, the higher level you get, the bigger the difference in the amount of damage it's doing. And there are going to be some abilities that'll chain like that with your spellcasters as well. They're just usually the higher level abilities, and it'll always highlight an ability it wants you to use because of something like that.
All right,
Because
I'm
it
gonna use return.
okay. So return, the ability we just used, has a 900-second cooldown. But what
Is
it
it nine?
does, yeah, there's a
Holy
big,
fuck.
those big aetheryte crystals like you saw in the cities, not
The
the
one that we
tiny
attuned
little
to
ones.
first.
Yeah, you can set one of those as your home destination. When you set it as your home destination, return will always take you back to that one. It also means if you die, that's where you're going to be resurrected. So when you're going out to all these little towns, if they have an aetheryte crystal you can set as your home, if you're questing around there, you usually want to set that up as your home point, so that if you die, you're not being sent all the way back to the main town and having to
You're
travel
not
all the way
being.
back out there.
And sometimes I'm gonna say, in the beginning, before you have a mount, it takes probably 10 minutes to get to some places.
At least. Oh yeah, I can
I
teleport to my
mean,
Marauders Guild. So this is the aetheryte we were talking about before. You probably saw me teleport through it earlier. I know I didn't mention it very much about it. So all the places I've connected myself to that I've gone and used the little crystals around town, I can click on them here to teleport to them for no cost. When you use the ability like this one, teleport, which I isn't active yet because I don't have other places I can teleport to, but you can use that ability to teleport between big aetherytes that you find in all the different cities. That will cost gil, which is your money in this game, which you can see on me in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. I have 214 gil.
asshole, I
That
only have two fucking 13.
because I'm a tank. Um, but when you get to the later areas where some places are teleporting you like all the way across the world, it can get kind of expensive. It'll be like 999 gil just to teleport between a couple places. Granted, at that point, you usually have enough constant gil that it's not a big deal. Ethernet. Unless you're me, who goes and splurges their gil bloody everywhere. You've got people like Noob over here who save up their gil, and he's got like 19 million freaking gil. My max leveled character, I've only got like 200k because I'm always spending it on stuff.
So, a lot of that has to do with gatherers and crafters. That is your bread and butter making gil. He doesn't like it. That kind of is what it is. Because, I mean, you have some stuff right now selling for 2.3 mil anyway on the market board. So,
Oh yeah, we should have gone ahead and gone to level 5 so that we could just go ahead and grab our next class quest while we were waiting.
no, we'll get it when we go, and it's no big deal.
So the reason I'm teleporting to the aft castle is just this city I know. So I know where everything is based on just the names of the different little Aethernet crystals. Aft castle pulls us right behind where the main scenario, or main story as most people would know it, quest is. So,
And another thing that you can do, you can pull up your map, scroll around on the map, and be like, oh, that's the nearest aetheryte. And you can select that aetheryte for like the big aetherytes. You can select to teleport there right through your map.
yep, you just highlight the big ones anyway. You highlight and you click R1 and it'll teleport you there. Also, if, say, like right now, where I'm looking at all these places that are in this part of Limsa Lominsa, the upper decks, if you don't see where you're trying to go here, you can actually click on where it says lower decks with your X, and it'll take you to the lower decks so that you can see what's there and see if that's where you're supposed to be going.
So, just throwing it out here. The person that I'm standing in, if
Oh,
Muusvaa would
hang
be
on.
so nice to look at,
I was picking my quest up.
this guy is your best friend.
Yeah.
He's gonna so you he's gonna give you like a tutorial on how to play your class. Every class has them, and he's gonna give you gear after you do it.
Really
So
nice
honestly,
gear.
yeah, it's pretty decent gear.
For lower
So
level,
if
at least.
but if you're getting in there and you're starting to do some stuff and you're like, ooh, I'm not overly 100% sure on how I'm supposed to handle this situation, if you go to a smith, they will 95% of the time have that situation and tell you what to do. So, just kind of
All,
throwing it out there as a little side note. That's not a
also,
bad person.
every time you see the smith, directly next to him is going to be an independent arms mender. Your equipment in this game does have durability, so you have to repair it, because if it breaks, you start doing a lot less damage, or you start healing a lot less, or you take more damage. So you want to be sure that every once in a while you go over to him and you can just hit repair all right here, and it'll repair everything that's equipped that is low on durability. And I'm actually going to check my inventory, oh, not inventory, character, to see if I've got any new gear that I may have picked up and not realized. I do actually. I have a new ring.
Where did you get a ring?
Out my butt.
Apparently.
Because I actually have two rings equipped now. The Ring of Freedom and the Weathered Ring. The Ring of Freedom is just determination +1, so it's meh.
Hey, I do too. Go figure, huh?
Yeah, because I think that's one that it gives you in the beginning. It just doesn't automatically equip it because the game hates you.
Which makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe does it have a level? Nope, level 1 requirement. What else? So this menu that I'm in, your character menu, you have your inventory, and then you have what's called your armory chest. The armory chest is where all of your equipment's going to go. That way it's not bogging down the spaces you have in your inventory. Because right now, you can see the inventory, you can actually use all of these. Before some of the updates they did, you had to actually buy or find bags, didn't you?
No, not in this one.
So I'm an idiot. Ignore me. But you do have a lot
Never
more
okay.
storage than you used to have.
Yes. Yes, you
Because
do.
used to, you got very little storage. You'd get like maybe three of these rows per bag. And you didn't get very many or very many like inventory, like how you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't really know what to call those. They're effectively
You
different
got
bags.
you got 4 tabs of your inventory.
Mm.
That's 7 by 5.
Yep.
I'm not doing math right now, so you guys can do that math. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
7 by
Now,
5 is 35. 35 slots per thing.
times 4.
Yeah. Which makes 140, which it shows at the bottom.
Cool.
At the bottom it says how much you have in your inventory out of what the maximum amount is. And also, when
Cool.
you're
I
not
totally
in your
got that.
inventory, you can see it in the bottom right. You can see all those dots that are down there. The ones that are blue are items that are there that are stackable, meaning that you can carry more than just one in each slot. If you see one there that's red, it's either the stack is completely full of that item, or it's an item you can only carry like one of at a time, things like that. Most items can stack up to 99 for
9.99
stackable
now.
items. Oh, 9.99 now. They
Yep.
upgraded stuff.
Thank
Um,
God they did.
Fright. And to the left of where you see the blue dots, you'll see those green ones. They're green right now, meaning that they're fully repaired and they're not spirit bonded to me. Or they're not spirit bonded. They're not, what is that called when
Us.
they're... Yeah, spirit bond. Because you see
Yeah, they're
here it
spirit
shows
bonded to you.
condition and then spirit bond. When they get 100% spirit bond, they'll change to a blue dot. When they're a blue dot and they're 100% spirit bound, you can almost like dismantle the items to get materia if they're high enough level items. Um, that's something that we'll get into way later because materia is something you don't really typically worry about
You,
until way late game.
you don't need it until end game.
Yeah,
You can do everything in it in this game until you start getting into the current content end game.
let's put it this way. My in-game characters, I still don't have materia on most of my stuff. Because I just never think about it.
All right, let's go get into some trouble.
Yes, it's what we're good at. Oh yeah, I
I
want to get
agree.
rid of my fucking sprout. Um, so you'll see next to my name, I have a little like plant that's sprouting up, whereas next to Noob's name, he's just got the little party symbol. The little sprout means you're a noob. You're new to the game, you've just made the character, and
You're
you
not
haven't.
100% sure on a bunch of stuff. You
Right.
haven't done, I forget how many dungeons or instances you have to do,
I think it's
but
pretty
there's a
high.
certain, I think it's like probably 300,
Yeah.
honestly. And then after that, the sprout will naturally go away because you're not a new adventurer anymore. You kind of know the ropes, you kind of know a feel for it. I highly suggest keeping the sprout on because personally, as I'm running around on my max level character, if I see a sprout sitting there, kind of a little confused, walking around, not really sure, I'll send him a message and be like, "Hey, what's going on? Do you need a hand? What's up? How's this going?" and everything, and just try and like get them to enjoy the game because the community in this game truly is one of the better communities that I've seen.
100%.
It's it's not overly poisonous. It's not overly any of that. It's really just a bunch of genuine people who love the game, who just want to hang out and chill. So, and when you're in a dungeon and you have a sprout on, the mentors and older people are really going to try and help you out and be like, okay, and if you go into one and be like, hey, I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing, they'll be like, all right, no big deal. And 98% of the time, they'll explain it to you. So,
So,
just kind of one
question,
of
Noob.
those.
How do I
What's
get
up?
rid of the sprout? It has been way too long since I've had to do that.
So, to get rid of the sprout, you hit options. So, you pull
Hmm.
up your menu, go over to party, go into your party, go to your name, pull up your subcommands, hit edit search info, and then you have a drop down option. It says new adventure right now. You select that, and then you can go down. And then you have a whole bunch of stuff that you can pick from. So when the busy one is up, you literally cannot get any messages from people. It will literally tell them, you are busy, leave me alone. So if you're sitting there and you just want everybody to leave you the fuck alone, that's what you put on. And then looking for materia to meld, role playing, looking for party, all of these you can select.
You can
And
also
there
select
are role playing,
online, which is just no symbol.
right. And there are role playing guilds. So if you have RP on, 90% of the time the role playing guilds will be like, hey, what's up? Come join us.
Oh,
We want to help you.
they're not guilds, Noob. We're in Final
Oh,
Fantasy. They're free
correct.
companies.
Correct. They are.
Same thing. Alright, so I want
But
to go
that
with the
is how that
online one.
goes.
And you see how it
So,
still shows the little flag instead of actually that online symbol I selected? That's because we're in a party, so it's showing you who
so
your
when we're
party
not
members
in a
are.
party, it looks
You
like
get
that.
nothing, because Noob kicked me from the party like a jerk.
You should be used to it, you fucking little bitch. All right.
Alright, where are we supposed to go?
So,
Oh, Summerford
uh,
Farms.
Summerford,
That is in some
same
place.
way. Other way. Other one. Other one. Over here. Do,
Leave
do,
through
do,
the
do,
Zephyr Gate.
do. The one that we left through before.
Oh, okay. Well, then why are we going this way instead of just going to the Aether?
Because it drops you right underneath it,
So
right
does
by
the
the
Aetherite.
lift. No, this one drops you closer. See?
No, I'm still loading.
You fucking wimp.
Whee! Peace.
So, 100%, you guys can get mounts in this game. And the mounts in this game are so gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And the best part about it is that they have certain things that you can do,
Fate.
like extreme trials and stuff. Oh, fate. Kind of like a squirrel type of deal for us. Oh,
Pretty
fate.
much.
Here we go.
Especially because fates give you noise experience. And
Especially in
sometimes
the
they can give
beginning.
you good items, too. When you get to, like, the later level fates.
But now I completely forget where I was.
Ooh,
Alright.
kill the wharf rats.
Yes. You have them too?
So you see the little swirl above them? That's part of your hunting log. So for that, you need to kill certain enemies in certain areas. And you kill usually 3 or 4 of them. What that'll do... Oh, shit. I'm gonna need healing.
I got you. I got you. I got you, fam. We got
What
this.
the hunting log does is it's actually a really good way to level as well, especially if you're leveling like another class that you're doing. Because
Oh
the
man, you really need a fucking heal now.
yeah, the when you complete a hunting log, it gives you different amounts of experience, and it can get you titles.
And 100% after this fight, we will show you. It's just we're kind of got screwed over
Kind
by
of,
this fat fucker
yeah,
over here.
kind of being effed
So-
over at the moment.
We gotta kill this fucker before we can show you guys. So just bear with us a little bit.
If you run a tank like I'm running, you want to make sure you're always hitting your combos. Because one of the major things that a combo does for you, if you're a tank, is it adds what's called enmity generation. For those of you who may have played other MMOs, that's the same as your threat level. So you want to keep your threat level higher if you're the tank. Okay, come here, lamb. Nope, you're not a
You
lamb, I
wanna
want.
show him? Show him your hunting log.
But Fate.
I'll keep doing it.
Okay. So while he continues this, when you can go to options and you go over to your logs. You've got your hunting log, your sightseeing log, which is vistas that you just do a lookout emote and it just lets you know that hey, you found this area kind of thing. The crafting log will bring up what you can craft and what you can gather for when you have crafters and gatherers, your professions that you've done. Fishing log, same thing. It helps you figure out what you can fish, where with your fishing guide, you can also see where you might find those fish. Then you've got your orchestrion list, which is for music, because you can get little orchestrion scrolls that you can put into, it's almost like a jukebox when you have a free company house or if you've bought your own house. You put them into the jukebox, and even in the inns, because you can stay in an inn, you can use an orchestrion log there. Your challenge log are special challenges that are all over the place. Mostly something that you do later on in the game, not really something for early. But in your hunting log, you see how now Wharf Rat is complete, which gave me 180 experience, which is that little symbol underneath the reward. It also says I need to kill 2 more of the little ladybugs to do that one.
One more.
One more little ladybug now. When you've completed all of them that are here... Why is my... Hang on. I think my log was a little glitched. There we go. When you've killed all of them that are in this list, which is your rank 1 difficulty enemies, then it'll unlock rank 2. Thank you, Noob. And that'll be different enemies in higher level areas. So it's a cool thing to keep an eye on, especially for when you're doing another class on your character, because where you can't do those story quests anymore, you can go out and you can complete your challenge logs, things like that, to really rack up the experience to level yourself quicker. You probably want to at least wait until you've hit level like 30 and you've started doing your jobs before you make another class, simply because the higher or the bigger the level difference between your new class and your highest level class, the faster you earn experience. You get a bonus on your experience gains. So that'll help you to level them up faster so that you can just boost them up to main level in case you decide, hey, this is what I want to be my main class now. This is what I want to go quest with where I am at in the story now. Ooh, B-Cloud.
And that will happen.
It's got the
Like,
little
you'll
symbol.
literally be like, oh, I want this. Like, this class is gonna be totally me. Like the Arcanist, or whatever
Shit.
it is. And you're gonna be like, nope, this is totally me. This is what it's gonna be.
I'm coming as
And
quick as I
I'm
can.
totally gonna get raped.
I got his attention.
Good.
He's level 17 though. This is gonna fucking suck. This is why it's
I'm
nice
just
to have a
gonna
pocket
spam it.
healer and a pocket tank.
Yes, it is.
Granted, you also have potions that you can get, and you can put them down on your spell bar so that you can quick access them. But usually they've got at least like a 30-second cooldown timer. And they don't usually heal you a whole hell of a lot. Sorry, most of my attacks are missing because of this level difference.
You're good. I'm.
Thankfully, the
If you want, we can
Arcanist
start
is
running.
nice. Oh no, we've almost got him killed. The Arcanist is
Alright.
nice because they don't have as much issues with like mana consumption. So all their spells, their healing and everything is using up mana. They get an ability here in a little while called Aether Flow, which really helps because it just like instantly gives you back like, I think now they've debuffed it to like what, 10% of your mana?
I think it's 15. I don't
Is it
think that they
15?
dropped it right to 10. I haven't really played one in a while,
Because
though.
it used to be like 20, 25%. You'd pop it and you were just like, oh, I got plenty of mana. B-Cloud.
If not 30, it might be 30.
It might
Honestly.
have been 30 before. It's a lot lower now, I know. At least in comparison, it's a lot lower. Alright, so there's that B. And if you notice over in the left, on your chat bar, it'll actually show you how many more you need. Record of B-Cloud kill 2 out of 3 added to hunting log. So that tells you I just need one more B-Cloud, and I've completed that for my hunting log.
I got one up here, dude.
I sees it. Whee. And whenever you need to like jump over something, you just hit triangle to jump. You don't have to hold like R2 or do anything like that.
Honestly, if you hold R2, it'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah. Because then you'll accidentally be casting a spell or using an ability that you didn't. Ooh, Tiny Mandragora.
You need these guys? Okay.
Yeah. You'll notice we very much have ADHD when it comes to things like this.
You can speak for yourself.
Hey.
I am not that bad.
Oh, really? Explain to them what you used to always do in Elder Scrolls Online.
Hey, I always found a chest. It is not my fault.
We would just be
You
running
just
along,
blind.
and then suddenly, oh, treasure chest!
No, it wouldn't even be, oh, treasure chest. It'd be like chest. Like, literally, like squirrel.
Yep.
And, like, we would forget, because I'd be like, chest, 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 chest. What were we doing again?
Yeah. What quest were we trying to do?
Oh, wait. We're now, like, 1,000 more meters away?
Shit. Okay, it is up top. Sometimes the minimap can be deceiving because it'll be hard to tell if something's like across this fence or up on this hill because it's big symbols. And you may have noticed when Noob attacks, when he finishes a fight, afterwards it puts his book away, which is his weapon. Whereas for me, my axe stays out. That's just a setting that I set up so that my axe doesn't go, or my weapon doesn't sheath itself unless I manually sheath it. And that's just because I like the way most of the characters look when they're running with their weapon. So it's just an aesthetic choice.
So you have to tell them that the selection processes.
I'll have to find it.
No, like for
Oh, for
the
that.
yeah,
Yeah, so
because
y'all may
literally,
have noticed me moving my little pointer that was up there by the items. Some quests give you a choice on what you want as the reward. So it'll have like Disciple of War, which is your melee classes. It'll have a choice for them. It'll have a choice for your Disciple of Magic, obviously your magic classes, to get those. And Disciple of War also encompasses your ranged physical DPS. So it would be like the Archer, because that's the only ranged physical DPS until you get later in the game. Um, so I chose the boots that were made for the Disciple of War. If you don't need either of those options, it usually gives you that little gold bag that was there. What that is it's a pouch of Allegan something. I don't remember what it's called. But it's a little pouch. You get that, and all that's for is you go sell it to a merchant, and it's just to get you a decent amount of gil. Because you can get some of those later in the game that give you like 5,000 gil for one bag. Those are harder to find, but those are like end game ones it gives you sometimes.
so currently, as of 4.45, Aetherflow gives you 10% of your
10%.
MP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks compared to what it used to be. It used to be
Yeah, it
so
used to be like,
nice.
I swear to God, it was 30%.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, I'm completely out of mana. Aether Flow. I got plenty to keep healing you or doing damage or
Anything.
summoning my new pet. Whee!
Oh,
You do take
connects
fall
to
damage in this game, by the way. So if
over
you
here.
jump down like I just did, you notice I took 24 damage. The higher you jump from, the more damage you take. However, if you're a rogue, the crafty little bastards, or a ninja, they get an option. They get a passive ability that allows them to take less fall damage, so they can jump from much higher without taking damage. You noticed that it popped up saying teleport available now. Now that we've gotten a new main aetheryte, I can go over here and use this blue ability called teleport. When I activate that, I can teleport between these two places. Now, the amount of gil that it costs, which is the fee that's over at the right, changes based on how far you are from that aetheryte. So we're pretty close to Limsa Lominsa, the main town, so it's only 133. I'm standing right next to this aetheryte crystal, so don't accidentally click on the teleport to it because it'll still cost you 100 gil, which is half the gil I have right now. Why am I down to 211? Wasn't I at 214
I don't
earlier?
know. I'm down too. It was. I was just looking at that. I'm like, oh, all
I didn't even
right.
buy anything!
Oh, we repaired.
Oh,
That's what it was.
yes, the repairs. Okay.
Boom. That's right.
I was like, what the? Oh, and so you notice I got my item. I still haven't equipped it yet. So, there's this button right here that whenever you go into your character select, or character screen, it'll automatically have that button selected where it looks like a little guy holding a sword and a shield with a bunch of sparklies around him. If you click that, what that does is that's your recommended gear. So it'll automatically look through everything in your armory chest, and you can just hit equip, and it'll equip the highest recommended gear that you can use. So it makes it much easier for when you have like multiple classes that use the same gear, because then when you get new gear, instead of having to remember, oh crap, where was this? Just click that button, click equip, and it'll equip it on that class for you.
Alright, so now we need to gear up.
Yes, so we might as well grab some of
So
these secondary
there
quests.
aren't any secondary quests around here that will give you gear.
Did you
I've
already check the
looked.
one down there?
There isn't one down here, is
Oh, it's
there?
back behind this build, or is it in this building?
Yeah. No, it's behind by the Aetherite, I think.
Oh, I get so confused in this area because everything's so congested.
Yeah, it's by the Aetherite.
What's he give you?
He just gives you
Just
money and
experience and money.
experience.
And keep in mind, right now we're mostly just powering through the story quests. We will hit points where the story quest is going to be too high of a level for us, and we'll usually grab a couple of side quests and boost us up to that level so we can then go do that
Like right
quest.
now, we cannot keep going on the story quest. So we're gonna go and get some side quests done so that we can get the gear that we need to proceed in the main story.
What do you mean? I have the story quest. Dress to Call.
Yeah, you
It's level
you need
5.
to go and get more gear.
Oh,
Continue.
oh,
Yeah. Somebody wasn't
shut it.
reading. That's what happens when you just skip over shit, guys. Just throwing it out there. If you
Shut
don't
up.
actually know it and you just skip, that's what happens right there. I'm just gonna teleport.
Alright,
Save a little video time
and
because honestly, I
because
can just
he's
switch out if I
teleporting
want.
and we're in a party together, it gives me this option to accept his teleport so that I can take the teleport on his money so I don't have to spend anything.
Yeah, and worst comes to worst, I'll just jump on my other character and throw money at us, and it'll be
Yeah,
all good.
yeah, you have that option.
I do.
I think I'm only up to like 300k, which I
And
would still
honestly,
be a
guys,
lot of money to this level, but
un until you hit like 65, I think 300K is a freaking lot.
it is.
Like you can buy a full set at 300K.
Especially now, because now that the uh, gear level has gone up so high for the max level people, it's so easy. Why did you run over here?
Because I'm looking at quests to see what they give.
Oh.
I gotta go to my girl
Oh, to present
because
for
I
inspection or
leveled
something?
up.
Oh yeah, I gotta do the same thing!
Yeah.
So, up in the top left corner, you'll see where it shows the little feet in red with the circle around it, and it says Dress to Call. That's showing your current main scenario quest. So even if you say forget to pick up your next main scenario quest and you forget where it was, you click right on that, you use the touchpad, which brings you up to it, click X, and it's going to show you exactly where to go for for that part of the quest. Now, underneath it, you'll see it's got this little orange exclamation mark, and it says Axe in the Stone. That's showing me my next class quest, which is available. So I can click on that, and it'll show me exactly where to go for that. Because once you get to the later levels where you've gotten your job, your class quest isn't always going to be right where I'm going, or even in the same place twice. Sometimes you'll be in a completely random place and you've got no clue where you had to go do that quest. So you'll just click on that, it'll show you where to go. You can maneuver through the map to find the nearest Aetherite and then teleport to where you need to go. And now I need to actually go to the Marauders Guild. Boop. And I apologize if we miss anything in our explanations. It's one of those things that as we see it, it kind of pops into our head and we remember, oh yeah, this is an important detail. After you've played the game for a while, some things become so trivial that you don't even think about it anymore. It's almost a muscle memory kind of
And
thing.
it isn't that it's trivial, it's just that we don't think about it because we've done it so many times.
Yeah.
Just like riding a bike, you don't think about, oh God, where do my feet go? How do I pedal? How do I? You
How do I
just
keep
do
my
it.
balance?
Right, like it just happens. So there's a lot of that going on, but
For the most part, we're trying to keep an eye out and remember what to tell you guys about. Where is this person I'm supposed to talk to? It says he's right here. Oh, has there always been a lower level to the Marauders Guild?
yeah.
Wow, it has been a long time since I've worked on a Marauder. Or at least been at the Marauders Guild and not out in the other class quest areas. And speak to Rotgeim. If you have like a side quest or something that you want to figure out where it goes, because side quests won't show up under that main scenario thing up top. You can also go over here to your quests, and you can actually click on it, and click on the quest you're wanting to look at, and then click Map, and that'll show you where you need to go for that quest. I need to get back out of here. Back out to where we were. At the same time, I kind of want to quickly grab all my little aetheryte places to make this stuff easier. I've already gotten that one. I've got that one. There isn't one there. There isn't one there. I think all I really have left are down by the docks.
I'll meet you down there.
So I'll go to Hawker's Alley, because that's right by that little ramp down to the docks.
So, guys, just because I am honestly going to change classes in 4 levels, I'm not probably going to do the leveling stuff right now and getting the gear. I'm probably going to focus a little more on just any quest that gives me experience so that I can switch up to my rogue, which will then switch over to my ninja.
The Rogue
So,
is the only class that, well, the only vanilla class that you cannot be at the beginning. You can't, like, just create a character that is that. You have to get up to the level where you can start picking other classes, so level 10, and then you go into that building right across from me over there, and you can learn to be a rogue, which is a dual-wielding knife person that deals a lot of damage and likes to steal aggro from tanks in the early game. Did you come down here?
I did.
Hmm.
I was
Oh, I
talking to
see you
my
now. You're over there.
rogue people.
Yeah. Alright, so... And for me, now that I've gotten all the Aethernet shards, it gives me 3 extra options. The Zephyr Gate, which takes you out to Middle Lenoskia, one of the questing areas. The Tempest Gate, which takes you to Lower Lenoskia, another questing area. And the Airship Landing, which will come into play later on. So we'll get more into the Airship Landing part in a later episode. Because I don't think we're going to get that far today. Oh yeah, I think you had forgotten the Marauders Guild one, didn't you?
Right, I'm trying to figure out which ones I forgot.
I think the Marauders Guild was the only one, because you reminded me of the others as you got them.
I think I'm missing another one, but okay.
Because there's not many here. Not like
Oh,
in
I'm
like
thinking
Ulda
of
and stuff.
Ishgard. I think.
Oh god, Ishgard had
And
them
Ulva.
everywhere.
I know. Alright, so I need to go that way. I should have probably
And
just teleported to the Culinarians Guild. I am an idiot.
once you get that, I will meet you at the Zephyr Gate.
Alright.
Because that's where my class quest is, so I figure I'll go ahead and talk to the guy there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, and you may notice that even though I haven't really done anything other than leveling up, I've got new abilities that keep showing up at the bottom. Used to, you had to actually go back and learn each ability. This was way back when. But now, as soon as you hit the level that you can use the ability, you can just grab it. Oh, crap. There's a hunt target near me.
Okay.
Near the guy I need to talk to. Like a level 50 red hunt target.
Okay, so those guys that he's looking at right now, you're at Zephyr.
Uh-huh.
So those guys that he's looking at right now, those are something that we will definitely get into at a later date. They're super fun, kind of really annoying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? Oh, you're over here.
Yeah.
I am actually going to. I don't even see him.
He's over here across the bridge.
Oh, all right. Is your guy across the bridge too?
Yeah, right here. So far, so good. Because he doesn't have a blue next to his name, that tells you that he can aggro on you. So, yeah. Alright, so I gotta destroy rocks. Boop. Don't target me, don't target me. Boop. Don't target me, don't target me. Boop. Now, with those hunt guys, normally if there were a regular level 50 and I was in their area, they'd already be on me, like immediately. The hunt guys tend to have a slightly smaller aggro radius because they're specialty enemies. Don't you walk this way. But they will still aggro on you. Alright, now I gotta use Skull Sunder to destroy rocks that are over this way. Bigger rocks.
I gotta come up here because I got some tiny mandragoras that I gotta break. So I'll
Oh,
be able
did
to
you
sum
not
up
already get them? Ooh! There's also a
No, I
fate up
just got
here
them
with
from
tiny mandragoras.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
Wha! Look at this guy just running around in circles. This archer.
And that is
Sometimes,
honestly some of the
yeah.
best things about archers is that they can. You literally can just run around and still attack.
Okay,
Whereas you have me who has to freaking stay put.
gotta go talk to this guy again. Uh, and it's sometimes you'll encounter fates, and if there's no one else around to join in those fates, that's kind of what you have to do because you'll get ganged up on and you'll get killed unless you find a way to keep yourself alive.
Because once you get a certain point over the fate, it makes you sink down to the fate's level to do it.
Yup. So even if
So
you
even
can be
if
a
I,
level 70, and if I came here, it'll sink you down to like level probably 6. It sinks you to like 2 or 3 levels above the enemies that are in the fate.
alright, I gotta do dodos, so,
Oh, okay. Where are dodos?
over here.
Oh, is that for your class quest or just for your hunting
Yeah,
log?
my class quest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've got to go back to the Marauders Guild after this, so I'll come keep those
Okay.
dodos off you, buddy.
Yay! My hero.
And in these earlier areas, like we're in now, I kind of figured you were going to swerve to that. Fates will pop up constantly, so it's a great way to boost your level quickly. Come here, you little lamb. And most fate enemies will instantly aggro on you when you get close enough.
If you're a part of it already, they'll
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, what's up, guy? You want to get in on this? All right."
Alright. Just don't attack them until they actually get into the circle. Some fates, if you kill enemies outside of the fate circle, they don't count towards your completion of the fate. So sometimes you want to wait, make sure they get all the way in there, and then start kicking their butts. Don't you run away from me. Come here. No. Okay. Alright, we only need like one more group of them.
And here they come, abounding away.
LOL! Come on, guys. Come on. Aggro on me. Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Let's aggro the others. There we go. Oh, you already have your Aether Flow, don't you? I saw that
Yeah,
energy
I do.
drain you cast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. We're done.
Alright.
So, when you're an Arcanist and you get the Aether Flow ability, not only does it give you mana, it also pops these little dots that'll be on your user interface. Those dots are what allow you to cast some of their specialty spells. They're usually always insta-cast spells, so you don't have to worry about waiting on your cast time. And they're usually extremely useful for your mechanics as that class. So make sure you read up on them, because like that energy drain that he was casting, which is that little purple bolt that went flying past me and then sucked stuff back towards him, what that does is it damages the opponent and also gives him mana back.
Do you have a cave bat for your hunting log or no?
No, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, each class's hunting log is different. There will be some that might be the same, have the same enemies as each other, and some don't. Plus, some of them, what makes it difficult if you're doing it on your main class, some of them require you to go to areas you may not necessarily be able to get to until you hit a later point. Such as near like the other major cities, stuff like that. Is that all of them you need?
Of the cave bats, I need to go out and get dodos. If you go this way, they're lower level. Although,
Yeah.
it is two of us. Doesn't really matter. We can go this way, try and get some more experience, get me out of this class quicker.
Yeah. Plus, fighting the higher level enemies is just more fun because you actually have to pay attention. Oh, I actually need the dodos for my hunting log.
Nice.
Boop.
So, a lot of the times, like, I'm sure Muusvaa was running around in the city kind of showing you a couple of quests. If not, he can do that at a later time. There aren't really many quests out in the city where you really need to get some stuff from it. So a lot of times, the only time where you can get your gear and stuff if you need to get some is out in the world.
Yep.
So
And
actually
once
have
you
to go
unlock
out
dungeons, you'll get them from there.
right, and that'll help you out a decent amount, but I mean, it is definitely one of those, in the beginning, the hardest part is having gear where you need it. I mean, you could always, if you join a guild, or a free company, excuse me, a lot of people don't mind making you stuff. Like, I know in my guild, or my free company, a lot of times, for new people, I'll just look at them and be like, oh, you aren't up to date on your gear? Here, just take this stuff. It'll help you out. Like, there's a bunch of people like that. But, I mean, it all depends on what free company you join. So.
Did you also need these for your class thing, or was this just more enemies to kill?
Hunting for these
Okay.
guys. Is that?
I am so close to death. I was like under half health.
Nah. Minor. Alright.
Still
I
need more
kind of want
dodos,
to do a
or
couple of quests out here. No.
okay.
I kind of want to do a couple of
Ooh,
quests
fate.
and just try and... Oh, that's not that goblin fate, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not the one that I was thinking of. So if you notice, guys, we're keeping these guys pretty far away from everybody else so that they don't really gang up on us. Like,
Oh,
we're trying to
jeez.
keep them away from the other ones, and because that'll happen.
Yes. And y'all may have noticed that pop-up that showed up on my screen.
And mine.
When you're new, you'll get a lot of people who will just randomly invite you to their free companies to try and like boost their numbers. To be honest, for some of you, that might be something you actually want to look into. But for the most part, if it's a random one like that and they don't even say anything, I decline it every time.
I'm gonna be honest with everybody who watches this video. 9 times out of
I
10,
need help.
if you have a free company who does that, they could be looking for members, 100%. They could be starting to kind of die down. Ooh, wow.
You didn't heal me.
Oh, I didn't.
Thank you.
But they
Oh
might be
crap.
dying down and everything. Um, I will say that free companies get seals, and to get the seals, you need to level stuff up or do certain aspects of it and everything. And the best way to get seals is to have new people in the free company. So there is that thing too, where they could just be trying to get you to go in there just for that. Doesn't make it wrong that they're doing it, but just something to be aware of. So a lot
Yep.
of times, like Muusvaa said, if I don't get talked to and I just get this invite, I won't even look at it, honestly. I'll just be like, yeah, okay, that's nice. See you, bye. But
Alright, you know what? We're going berserk. So berserk, which I activated, was a short time frame buff. What it does is it just highly increases my damage so that we can tear through the enemies quicker. Thankfully, it's a lot better than the old version of it was, where, yeah, you did more damage, but you also became pacified afterwards, which is a negative debuff you can receive. If you're pacified, you can't use any of your, like, melee abilities. You can still auto-attack, of course, but auto-attacking doesn't do much. Especially later in the game. Later in the game, auto-attacks nothing. Alright.
I need one more of these guys. Let's go over here. It looks like I'm gonna have to do that for us to keep going on our stuff. Okay. I will meet you back at town.
Okay, here, I'll pay for this teleport. Oh, okay.
I'm doing a return.
Oh yeah, good point. Now that return's back up. Now later, when you have a whole bunch of aetherites that you can teleport to all over the place, you'll get an option to create one, or create some of them as like a favored destination. I think you can do 3 or 4 of them that way. When you do that, it halves the cost of teleporting to them. So whatever your distance is, whatever it would normally be to go there, it'll half that cost. Which can be super helpful for some of the faraway places. Alright, so to the Marauders Guild.
Okay, so
speak with Sulkwib, who is down below.
So next one you get for the free company, you might as well just join it and then show them how to get out of it.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I can do that.
I didn't even think of that until just now. I was like, damn, that would have been a good thing to be like, in
Would have
case
been
if
a
you
perfect
accidentally hit
opportunity.
yes. Yeah.
Alright, now I have to investigate the megalocrab nest in Lower Lenoskia.
So, perfect example, guys.
I just had someone actually ask me if I wanted to join, which is
Amis
nice.
Amis Anderson.
Yep.
He is arguably guild lead of one of the biggest guilds in the world that we're in right now.
Oh, really?
Or free company lead. The guild is awesome. I have no issue with it. I have been a part of it before. I stupidly followed somebody and left it, but I honestly would go back in a little bit. But I found another group that I have a lot of fun with, and that's who I've been running with recently. I just haven't had a chance to go back to him, but he is a great guy.
Do you want to throw these two characters into that one?
Nah. I mean, if you want to, we can. I was gonna throw him. I don't know if I'd throw him into mine, but I was gonna throw him into something else.
That's fine. I just figured since
But
that person was asking.
I'm gonna send him a friend's request and tell him not right now. I will definitely think about it at a later date.
Yeah, so I just said not at the moment. Thanks, though. Oh. Yeah, most of the time, I'll be 100% honest. You're not going to get people nice enough to actually ask you like that person.
Yeah,
Usually they just
90% of the
instantly
time, it's
bombard
just gonna
you.
be a it's just gonna be a spam. Here you go. Take it. Take
Yeah.
it. Take it. Um, so I'm gonna make this a little bit quicker on us, Moose. I will switch up right now.
Switch
Get
up.
us some gil,
Oh, I got you.
and then just so that we can get some gear and going. But in the next couple of videos, we'll definitely show you a good farming thing. I'm just starting to get to the end of my line right now, if you know what I'm talking about. Getting a little sleepy, getting a little tired. So, just want to show you guys a little bit more of the game before we just call it a night.
And while he's doing
Or,
that,
I call it a night.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the random stuff in my mail. Just because it's bugging me to have that symbol up there telling me I have mail.
Yeah, it was kind of bugging me too. Not gonna lie.
And the first time you talk to the Moogle to get your mail, they talk to you like forever. So it's mostly what they're going to be giving me right now is just random, like, pets that I can have follow me around and maybe some potions, stuff like that.
Where is the mail in here?
Aft Castle, and you
Okay.
cross the
Yeah, it's
big
like,
circular spot.
yeah.
Taking all the mail, which takes forever. Doodly doodly doo.
Alright, are you facing the mail?
I'm using the mail.
Alright.
Oh, and that's another nice thing. If I remember correctly, mounts in this game have no, like, you don't have to be a certain level to be able to mount up. So
Yes, you
if you
do.
get, do you?
You have to be able to. You have to be able to get your chocobo to mount. You have to have a chocobo license to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just got my griffin, which I haven't used in forever.
Unable to trade at this time. Okay.
Oh, probably because I'm still using the
Do it
mail.
a different way.
Oh, I can't remember, but didn't you have to be like a certain level to trade to?
Right. Okay.
Oh, oh no, that's my Falcon airship. Okay. Inventory. Once you get pets or mounts, things like that, you have to actually go into your inventory and use them in order for them to become available. Or you'll get some that you can get out of like dungeons and things like that. When you get those, you can actually, some of them, you can sell them on the marketplace to other players. So you can get decent amounts of gil for some of the people you can get. I actually had a little pet that I sold the other day, 250,000 gil just for this little pet that follows you around and doesn't do anything.
But
Because
it's
that's what,
cute.
yeah, because that's what I got for my wind-up Yugiri.
That's cheap, honestly. There are some pets that go for 1.4, 1.5, 1.2,
Yep.
just off the top of my head from what I remember.
And when he's saying
And
those
I mean,
1 point numbers, that's
yeah,
million.
but
Oh, I got 2 Fantasia
and
potions.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have too. Now that I think about it, I
Should
might
have.
have more than that. All right, I'm gonna come and visit you. If you want to send me a friend's request,
Sure, because
and
you're still
then
in the
mail
party,
me
so.
half of that. Yeah,
Oh, I
and
can
then
do that.
mail me half of that.
Where you at?
Probably should have done that before we started the stream. I do apologize, guys, but
Send friend request.
hindsight's
Now, I want to
2020,
check
right?
something. There we go. Yeah, you just couldn't trade with me because I was in the mail.
Well, whatever.
No, that's not what I want. Oh, right. Okay, so 4, 5. There we go.
Awesome. There we go. So I am gonna go and get some gear. Um,
Let's go to Hawker's Alley.
and we will start out the next video, guys, which is probably going to be later on in the week, maybe beginning of this coming week. I will start out the video and showing you guys where you can go for the quests to get the gear that I am now going to go and buy. So, but I will definitely point you guys in the right direction and just give you guys a heads up. Be like, hey, this is where it is. This is how you can do it. These are all the quests that I picked. All that. So we're totally not going to hang you out to dry. You just kind of got to give us a little minute because this was kind of a spur of the moment. Hey, here we go. But,
Yep.
So we haven't really done our homework yet. This is kind of a let's see how everybody takes it, and then we'll go from there.
Plus,
So,
they can see me right now going to the Battlecraft Supplier, and I don't remember where the armor person is, though. The Battlecraft
right by me.
Supplier will give you weapons. The armor guy will obviously give you armor.
It's right by me.
Yeah, I'm running towards you. There you are. Oh, so they're both called Battlecraft Supplier. It's just one gives you
Yeah,
armor, one gives you weapons.
right. And if you look behind him, it has a bunch of armor. So,
Oh, I never noticed that.
yeah.
Alright, so let's see. I'll get that one that's level 5, and I'll go ahead and get the level 8 one, since it won't be long before we level up. Level 5, level 8. Obviously, if you don't have someone like Noob here who's willing to just randomly give you money, it might be a little harder to get this gear this way earlier on, but you also get some really good gear from doing your story quests and doing some of the side quests. You can find good armor, good weapons, things like that.
And again, we will be pointing you in the right direction for the quests that give you the stuff the next video. We'll do a
100%.
little bit of research and everything else while we get there. But for right now, we're just going to do this to expedite the process, if you know what I'm talking about.
And having bought all that equipment, this is a perfect time to show you what I was telling you about with the recommended gear button in your character menu. So I just bought a bunch of gear. That is a pain to equip piece by piece, let's be honest. Just click that little recommended gear button, you see all those arrows right there? It's going to instantly replace all of that for me. Super simple. And apparently I bought boots that I didn't need because I was already wearing them. So keep that kind of thing in mind as well, friends.
Because
Yeah.
especially if you're running on a tight budget, that really puts a damper to what you got.
Oh yeah, and it can happen easily. I've done that many times before. Or even accidentally
Many.
like needed on gear in a dungeon and just to find out that, oh, I already have better than
I
that
already have
gear.
it. Awesome. Yeah, that happens more frequently than you guys would think.
Oh yeah. And then you've
All
got
right,
people that
so
just do it to be
let's.
a dick.
Yep. So let's teleport to Summerford, and we'll get going back on the story. I got the
Alright.
teleport this time.
You've had every teleport so far.
I'll do this video, you do the next one. How's that?
Alright, that's fair. And while I'm here, I'm actually going to set this as my home point, because this is where we're going to mostly be questing around. So
And
you
you
set
probably gonna die.
Shut it. So you set this as the home point. That way, if you die, you reappear here as opposed to all the way back at the town. And if you need to come back here because you've completed a bunch of quests and all their turn-ins are right here, you just hit that return button instead of hitting the teleport and having to pay Gil, and you're instantly back here. Oh wait, why did I follow you here? I need to go to Lower Lenoskius, sir, to
No,
finish
you
my
need to do this
Marauder
for your.
quest.
Yeah, I mean you can do that, but this is the next home quest.
Oh look, a new axe, which is exactly the same as the axe that I bought. So,
Yeah, I just did the same thing.
so what we're
Make
gonna
it.
do because of
So
that is go over to
if
this little
everybody
piece. Go ahead.
if everybody remembers how I said, this is what happens when you skip through really, really fast. This is really what happens when you skip through really, really fast and don't remember every little detail.
Yeah. But it
Because
still
I did the
kind
same
of
thing.
works out because you skip, you just ignore those 3 items that are there, those weapons. You go over here to this last one, the Allegan bronze piece. And you'll see in the little pop-up there, this sells for 100 gil, which is a decent amount at this
And you
level.
just
You
you
just
just spent more
select
than that
that.
on that book.
Shh.
So just throwing it out there, guys. He just spent more than that. He's not getting all of his
Shut it!
money back. Whereas I picked the daggers, and I'm gonna wield them on my other guy when I get them.
And you can go ahead and get the book for you suck! You suck, sir! Douche! Alright,
So literally, those three that were in that class, the rogue, the arcanist, and the marauder. I'm pretty sure I've already said this. Those are the three that you got here.
Yeah.
In Limsa. You have the Lancer, the Archer, and the Conjurer in Gardania. And then you have the Thaumaturg, the Pugilist, and the Gladiator over in Ulda.
I feel like we're still missing someone.
No, those are your main starters. They each got 3.
We already mentioned Rogue.
Yeah.
No, I was telling David. Sorry, he was saying it from the other room. If you're still in the party, babe, you may be muted. Okay. The person that I'm talking to right now, he's the other one that's gonna at some point be joining us. We're just not 100% sure when yet. He's gotta re-up his subscription, because that is a big thing with this game. Even if you're playing it on the console, it does still have a $15 subscription. So you do
However,
still have to pay it monthly, but you don't need PlayStation Plus to play it.
as far as I know, you can do a free trial up to level 35, I want to say.
I think it's
I
35,
think.
yeah. Because I think you can get
Where,
to your second job quest, and that's where it cuts.
right. So, and that is for free.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just be like, hey, this game looks kind of fun. I want to try it. Boom, got it, done.
Oh, that's new. Okay. Damn it. I may or may not have tried to summon a mount just to see if you were wrong.
I am always right.
Oh, not always.
99.8% of the time.
I'd say more like 66% of the time. About 2/3 of the time you're right.
You could at least give me 69.
No, I'm not going to say that. Not during the stream. Not the 69 part. There was actually a counter comment that came into my head.
I know there was.
You probably already know exactly what it is.
Yup.
Alright, so I'm going to leave you over here in this area, Noob.
Alright.
And go finish my Marauder quest.
I just finished up my,
Oh, jeez.
So.
You attacking them gave me experience and bound the stuff I had purchased to me.
Perfect.
So your equipment on here, if it's stuff that you buy and occasionally things you find in dungeons and things like that, there's bind on equip and there's bind on pickup items. If they're bind on equip, you equip them, and until you actually gain experience, like by attacking an enemy or anything like that, until you actually use your equipment, it can still be traded off. The moment you use it, it's bound to that character. It can't be sent to another character. It can't be traded on the marketplace or traded to another player. If it's bind on pickup, then it's immediately bound to you and you can't trade it off. Ethernet. Tempest Gate. Tempest Gate? Yeah, Tempest Gate. So if you're ever looking to make a quick buck on the marketplace and you're trying to take like dungeon equipment and sell it and stuff like that, just keep in mind that it has to be a bind on equip and not a bind on pickup.
And I do believe pretty much all dungeon equipment is a bind on pickup.
Yes and no. The green ones are bind on pickup. The purple ones, like you'll see the color of the actual item. Like right now, all of mine are just gray with the gray background. The purple ones, I believe, are usually tradable. Because a lot of people use some of those for glamoring, which is where you can change the appearance of your equipment to make it look the way you want it to. Because I used to buy the ethereal, Peast skin
Oh
ones,
yeah.
and those were purple ones from dungeons.
Wow.
Or
I thought
pink,
you
or
could make
whatever
them.
color it is. No, there's a different one that you can make, but those show up as green. The color system's really weird. Let's put it this way, I still don't know what a lot of the color system on here means. I just look for what happens to be better. Oh, now I have to kill the jellyfish, because now they're part of my hunting log. Yeah, because I don't think the hunting log activates until after you finish your first class quest. Because the hunting log is for that class. And until you complete your first class quest, it's almost like you're not actually considered that class yet, kind of thing. Alright, I'm supposed to go over here. Oh, there's the crabbies. Come here, crabbies. I'm gonna put my axe up your butt. Oh. Okay. I gotta do something first. So a lot of quests you will find you cannot be in a party and do the quest.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
one of those. So
Yeah,
that would
so
be
I
a
had to leave
duty.
party. Yep. Usually the reason you have ones like that is those quests are ones that will sync your level. So if you're too high of a level for it, it'll pull you down to the proper level for that mission. But if you're too low, it just won't let you do it. And as you can tell, because of all that equipment Noob's money helped me buy, I'm a little overpowered now, so even this quote-unquote boss-like creature just dies really, really, really easily.
But it just really does go to show how much equipment means.
Oh yeah. And it reminds you, make sure your equipment is always repaired.
Because as soon as your equipment gets broken, you're done.
Oh
You don't
yeah.
heal as much, you don't do anything really. And it will give you notifications before it does break. It'll be like, hey, just so you know, might want to get a move on.
10%, and then it's like broken.
Yeah.
The nice part though, if you say you pick up new equipment, that piece of equipment won't necessarily need to be repaired because it's a whole new equipment. So it's not like the repairs are based on your equipment slot, it's based on the specific piece of equipment. Because I have seen some games where it's all based on the slot, and those can be annoying.
I wonder if this next one is a duty. If it is, I'm just going to do it.
Oh, the next part of yours?
Yeah.
Probably, because I think that's the one where you go down to the beach area next to the
Yeah, it's
bridge.
the grotto.
Yeah, yeah, that one's a duty. And I'm sorry, I know I'm skipping these cutscenes, but to be completely honest, the story behind the Marauders, it makes like no sense. It's one of the few that I don't like, personally. Other people might like it, but
I know a
I'm not
bunch
a
of
fan
people
of it.
who absolutely love it, and honestly, it is. I'd take it or leave it. It's not terrible, not the best one.
Right.
Uh,
Like
Muusvaa
the
got
Red Mage
ruined
one.
because he had one of the best ones as his like first class that he did.
My Arcanist?
Uh, Yeah, the first one you got to 70, which is your red mage.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, the Red
You got
Mage's questline was awesome.
yeah, so you got some of the best ones first. So it just
Though I have to say, the Samurai was pretty good too.
eh,
I liked it. I liked the whole, like, at least I really liked the beginning of it. The whole, like, fighting arena to figure out who he wants to train and all that kind of thing.
yeah, it's all right. Definitely not my favorite, but it's all right.
And if y'all make a Conjurer, they have a pretty in-depth storyline. Like, it's got a lot of nice nuances behind it. It's talk because the conjurers deal with like the purification of the world. They deal with nature and healing. It's a great story if you actually follow it through and pay closer attention to it.
And yes, this is a duty. Let's see if I can't do it on my first round.
Oh look, I'm also getting the Bronze War Axe from completing this quest. Ooh, it does have an actual better chess piece though, so I am happy.
But a lot of those, so he's in there looking at all that, really pay attention to the levels, because some of mine were at level 9.
Mm. And you may have noticed I may have gone through it a little quick. When you're looking at the equipment, it'll show like plus fives next to it or minus some number. That's showing you what it is compared to the equipment you already have on. So if you see it's got pluses on it and it's made for your level, snag that stuff right up. It'll be better than what you already have. Go ahead and take it. It'll just stay in your armory chest until you hit the point where you can use it. You just have to remember that it's there, otherwise you may forget and never wind up equipping it. I have done that before. What is in my inventory right now that's red? Cascadier uniform voucher. Oh, I just have two of those. Okay. Guaranteed to help you beat the heat so that you might remain in the kitchen. Uh, okay. Oh, I should probably just go to the Arcanists Guild and then I can just wait for you there.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm just heading to the Arcanists teleport to their little
Okay.
guild area. I figure I can wait for you there while you finish up your class quest.
I finished up my class quest. I'm doing the next story,
Oh.
which is a duty.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the next part of your class quest being a duty.
No, regrettably.
Alright, so I'm gonna head to that spot now. I always misread the name of that place, though. I always misread it as Investigate Seasoning Grotto. And I know all these names we keep throwing at you guys, names of different areas and stuff, they might get confusing. Once you've been playing the game for a little bit, it just sticks in your head, and it just becomes second nature to know exactly where these different places are. Some of these
And we will
earlier
show
places
you.
you'll forget. Go ahead.
And we will show you, like the Gridania and the Olda and stuff like that. We will show you all that and be like, this is where you pick up this. Like, we will take you to. If you're like, well, I kind of am thinking about this, but I'm not really sure where it is. Or if you get into Olda, I mean, probably in the next video, maybe the video after, we will be in there. We
Yep.
will be at Olda. We will be at Gridania. We will be there. So if you have questions, you can ask somebody in there, because remember, the community is super nice, or wait for another video, because 100% we'll have videos to show you where everything is.
And if you ever need, if you
So,
need to know before we get to another video, all you got to do is send us a comment asking about it. We'll see what we can do to get back to you about it, and let you know what's going on, as long as it's something that we're able to answer, of course. If it's not, we'll try and figure it out for you.
if not, yeah, if not, we will definitely look it up for you and help you out finding out what it is.
Oh yeah.
It's not a problem.
Trust me, we've spent a lot of time in this game.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars.
Oh, it's Noob's favorite person showing up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's my girl right there.
Ishtola.
Ooh,
I
oh,
probably shouldn't have
my
said that
girl.
name yet, because it just says Cultured Conjurer.
It's all good. But
These people you'll get to know a lot more about throughout the story.
yeah. So I'm gonna tell you guys something about this story. I am not an overly emotional person when it comes to games. It's kind of just yeah, no, I do this for fun. I don't really care. Everybody can go and fuck themselves if they're being too wound up or something. I have never cried, thrown a controller, broken it, mind you, or like completely freaked out as much as I have on this game. Because this game, the story is just so truly amazing. And a lot of the reason that we're skipping a lot of it is because we don't want to ruin it for you. Honestly, like, it is truly an experience.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, and honestly, if you guys leave comments, if you guys want us to show you all of them, we can sit here and show you all of them. That's fine. It's not a problem. But you just gotta let us know in the comments below.
Yep. And make sure, I've got to go ahead and say this while it's on my mind. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button, and then you can hit the little bell next to it, so it'll notify you whenever we're going live, whenever we're posting a new video. That way you'll be able to keep up with it and actually see the newer content that we'll release about it.
And, you know, a like on the video would be much appreciated, guys. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but at the same time, the likes on the video don't do anything anymore with YouTube.
Yeah, but still, I like
It'll
likes.
still I was gonna say it'll
love
still
likes.
help us
It
know
means-
if you're enjoying the content.
Or enjoying our conversations. Or if you want us to just shut up and make fun of each other. I am 100% down to do that. Just throwing it out there, guys.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Moose is sitting over there. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. Please don't say that.
It's all good. I tend to give back as good as I receive. Oh, that's a horrible statement.
He tries anyway.
And the worst part is, most of it I have to keep at least a little censored, because this is actually being seen by other people. When it's just the two of us, or just our little group of people, it gets a lot worse.
Turns into like a naughty Nancy type of deal.
I don't know, I think that's too PG for us.
Yeah, well, you know.
So the nice part is the little enemies that were in here, Noob, at our duty area.
Yeah.
I needed them for my hunting log.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Actually, I think I did too, now that you say it.
And you will notice, guys, if y'all play this, the hunting log, most of the time it follows the direction you're having to go with the quest anyway. So just keep your eyes out for those little swirlies above the enemies, and that tells you, hey, I should kill some of these real quick, grab some extra experience, and be good.
And honestly, who doesn't like killing stuff?
Right?
Like, come on.
I don't know, that kind of makes you sound like a sociopath, though, friend.
It does, though. Now that I say that, it's like, ooh, I probably could have chosen a better thing to say. Alright. But, you guys know what I'm saying. In-game, who doesn't like to kill stuff?
I happened to see you
Anyway.
standing there shooting things, so I figured I'd help you kill it.
Yeah, I'll wait, because these are the next quest thing.
Oh, are they? I gotta go turn in. What did you throw this time?
Beer can. But anyway, that's
Oh,
beside
fair
the point.
enough.
Ugh.
I need to pick up some more beer soon. If you guys haven't watched it already, occasionally I stream it, but on Friday nights I do some gaming with a couple of my friends, playing Friday the 13th. Bit of a horror game. You get to listen to one of our female
Scaredy
friends
cat,
who
yep.
decides to scream her
That one.
head off constantly.
Yeah, he's saying it's a female friend. It's really.
I'm gonna throw something at you. I don't care if
You
you're a
can
state
try.
away. I will make it. Okay, this isn't the part I have. I need to speak with the slacking yeoman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these little sleepy people over here. Wake up! What do you mean, what did he eat for breakfast? Oh, wow. That's terrible. I may have just found a slight glitch.
Okay.
So you talk to the Yowman, and then it asks you a question, because it was asking me, like, what he ate for breakfast, tuna or bread. I hit circle to just back out of it, because I didn't read what he said. And he still popped up, how did you know? Is my breath that bad?
Oh, I got a fate over here if you're interested.
Yeah, I saw it going on when I came. Running like a bitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, did you ever accept the friend request?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I knew I had the one for your main character. I couldn't remember if the one from this one went through.
Yep. So, we're gonna do a couple more things, and I think I'm gonna get off. Moose might get off as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll probably at least end the stream.
Yeah. So, fate's done. Let's kill these guys for you, right?
Nope, I'm still talking to the Yowman. There's 5 of them and they're spread out all over the place.
Oh, alright.
Because there's one hiding around here somewhere. There he is. Alright, there's another one over here. I fell into an area I can't get back up out of. Can I get up this way? Let me out! Well, it's gonna take me a little bit longer now because I'm an idiot. Do.
But if you want to show them the party finder,
Party finder?
yep.
There's a party finder. Oh, party. That command is unavailable at this time.
Okay, cool. I did not know that. I wonder when we get it.
Well, it could also be because we're already in a party.
No, that's not. It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Oh.
So, what I was trying to get him to show you, is that there's a party finder option in the game, and if you need a hand running a dungeon or you probably have to get to dungeons before you can do it. But if you need a hand running dungeons or doing any of that, you can queue up on a party finder and be like, hey, need a hand running through this. I want to sync it up, which means that you're going to do it at the level that it is. And then they will be like, okay, yeah, no problem. And people from all over your data center will join up and be like, okay, here, let's go.
And if you want someone to just run you through something, say you want someone to be overpowered and literally just run through it, there is an option so that you can say that you want it to be unsynced, which would make it to where they would come in at their maximum level, and obviously you'd still be at whatever your highest level is. But
and then they would just
I don't
run you through
recommend
it. Get it done,
it.
keep going.
I
really don't recommend it, especially as you're leveling up, unless if you are so over leveled for the one that you're doing, then, well, okay, maybe. But honestly, dungeons are really fun when you have to do them the correct way.
And some of them have awesome cutscenes.
Yeah, they really do. But,
Oh, there's 2 main story quests, that's why.
yeah.
I had only picked up the one. I
Oh,
didn't notice the other one when I was grabbing it.
oh, so you didn't do the Mandragoras?
Yeah, so now I have that one.
Alright. Oh my god, my music just changed because you got into a fight.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. I am like over back here and I'm like, oh my god, what happened?
Who's attacking me?
Yeah, seriously.
Don't forget, we're still in the low level areas. You don't have to worry about that yet.
Yeah. Your butt doesn't have to clench quite so hard. Yeah.
And you guys may notice that what I typically keep doing is that I hit my first swing on my primary target, and like after I've gone through one full rotation, if there's multiple enemies, I'll hit that first swing, switch to another target, and then hit the chain swing, simply because doing that as a tank is a great way to spread your aggro around if you've got multiple enemies, to keep all the enemies off of your people. Because if they are a healer, oh, that's all of them, then when they heal that person, or when they heal you, they're generating aggro as well. So you want to make sure that everything is getting aggro from you, so that you don't have some little guy just decide to break off from the group and go after your healer.
'Cause
Obviously,
it isn't so much of an issue right now.
yeah.
As soon as you get into dungeons, it really can cause some issues going on right then.
And you can have people get really pissed at you if you don't keep good aggro. Although usually if you have a sprout symbol still, they're a lot more lenient because they understand, okay, this person's still learning.
Right.
But
They'll
you'll
give you a little more help and be like, hey, like, come on, this is how you
Yeah.
do it.
But like any online game that you play with a bunch of other players, you'll still get some of the jerks out there that'll just instantly be pissed no matter what. You just gotta kind of
some of
shrug
the
that
top-
off.
So you want to call it a night right here, Moose? Right
Sure.
in front of Summerford?
In fact, actually, we should go back to the main town so that we get the rested experience buff.
Alright.
So what a
Oh, you
rested
can get it in Summerford.
Oh, can you? Oh, cool.
Yep. So
So
you can walk out, show them, and then walk in.
yeah, so the rested experience buff, what that'll do, if you spend enough time in a certain area, down at the bottom left, you'll see if you enter this town, it says you've entered a sanctuary. If you log out while you're in a sanctuary, not only is it an immediate log out, and you don't have to worry about your character still being there and possibly getting attacked while you're not actually doing anything, because you have to wait like 20 something seconds to log out if you're not in a sanctuary. Then when you stay in here, the longer you stay in there, your bar will get this little blue line that'll start expanding. That blue line is rested experience. You earn double experience throughout that line. Once you finish out that bar, that rested thing is gone. And it's only going to be experience from killing things. It's not going to be your quest experience that you receive. So it's a great way to make sure that you level faster and you keep up with the story quest levels.
All right. So I think that's going to conclude it for this batch. I think we did pretty good. Hopefully
Yeah.
there's some good feedback and experience of everybody. And this is Newbie Nooblet. And I'm logging out.
You and your bloody emotes.
Yeah, well, you know.
And this is Muusvaa, and I'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Yes, I bowed.